at this. Okay.
What? Is it 8 o'clock yet?
Close.
Okay.
Stop it. Go away. I have like weird.
Tell us if you're here, because I'm going to monitor the comments, because I don't have my info in front of me, of course.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Oh, we got people rolling in.
Those comments go away fast, too, so I'm going to do my best. If you see me squinting at the screen like that, bear with me.
Let me see. Oh, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Sarah. Oh, hello.
The Conrads are here.
Hello.
Hello. My God, it's like hi, Bobby.
Bobby. One thing I did realize from doing these lives was that
you're learning people's handles.
Well, no.
Because I am.
No, the comments, they don't. I've never been able to see the comments after the live post. We'll have to kind of read the questions so that for those that are kind of watching late, will know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I will read the questions out loud, and then
yes,
we will answer accordingly. I should grab a notebook. I'm ill prepared.
You're very prepared for that. We were going to do this last night, everybody, and then we realized that we'd never told anybody that we were going live. So, yeah.
Sorry.
So we were like, Erica, can you make something for us and put it out there so people know that we're actually going live and watch, so we're not just talking to ourselves.
Hi, Lonnie.
Yeah. So we'll give it another minute here.
I'm trying to think if I have a pen nearby and I can take some notes. All right, give me 1 second.
Hi, Lynn, Wisconsin. Y'all, you're gonna have to stop walking around because I can hear you. Okay. I know. I'm not eating. I know I'm sick. Okay, so this was last year. No, let me back up. We placed an order for a pair when we first got our logo. This was like a long time. And these were the sweatshirts that we were. And hi, Amy. And these are definitely a different brand. Very thick. Things are thick as can, but it is like my favorite sweatshirt. And he's always been bummed that we've never reordered this particular brand of sweatshirt again. So
who is Jason?
No, my dad.
Oh, these are the worst.
Oh, my dad loves this sweatshirt so much. So
it's so thick.
It's very thick. The neck. If I have my glasses on and I go to try to take the sweatshirt off, I claw myself in the face with my glasses.
No, ma'am. They're comfortable. They're just not. They're not comfortable like the ones that you guys are used to, and the ones that
we're
getting. I have a disappearing fabric pencil, but that's gonna work for now. So
hi, Zan. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, okay. We have about 47 people 48 people who have jumped on Zippy for life. Yeah, I know.
Sally, I get it. It's my favorite too. I live in those. And the ones that we're getting this year are the same brand. Even the zip ups are the same brand as our hoodies from last year. So the zip ups from last year were a little bit thick, in my opinion. But this year they're the same brand as the hoodies that you guys got last year.
Yeah. So for reference,
I'm sorry. Yeah, the hoodies.
Yeah. So for reference, it's all Bella and Canvas brand. So it's very, very soft. The t-shirts are very soft. The hoodies are very soft. Like everything is just top notch, like high quality stuff. They're they're not as thick as this type of sweatshirt. This sweatshirt also feels really rough, and the ones that we have coming this year are not like that at all. So I think you guys will be very, very pleased with the apparel because we love everything.
Kristen yelled at me the other day to stop wearing my sweatpants, and I said, I
Yeah. So
can't stop.
if you order the joggers, you're gonna be pumped. Oh,
Yay!
it's pretty much all that I live in. You know, and then in the summertime, I'll just wear the t-shirt. So it's SCS all the time, basically.
Sarah, get pumped. You're going to love them.
Get pumped for those joggers. All right. Well, welcome to our live event. We had a couple things that we like needed to talk about. And then some things that we just wanted to talk about, and then also just answer any questions that you guys have leading up to the retreat because we are like a little over a month away. It is coming. It's going to be here before we know it. Oh, hello. And we are very, very excited. So, what we will talk about the things that we have to talk about, you know, in a minute. So, just to recap. So, if this is your first time coming to a Steel City Stitchers retreat this year, you're in for a real treat. For those of you who came last year, very similar type of flow to our retreat. So the way it's going to work is that it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You all know this. Friday registration will open at 8 a.m. We will be there Thursday, but we will be setting up, getting from the Crafty You set up. So no registration or anything will happen on Thursday night. But by all means, if you're coming into town and you want to like meet us at the bar for a drink Thursday night, we get done setting up. By all means, we will be down there. We're just going to be in the room, getting things ready to go. Friday morning at 8 a.m. registration is going to open. And the way that will work is you will see Jodi and you will see Aaron at the table.
Full disclosure, I am terrible with names and I am terrible with faces. If you come to the table and I ask you what your name is and you think that I should know you, please be gentle with me.
Don't be because we're both. Yeah.
It's very overwhelming, and this is something that we kind of figured out last year. Like, there's going to be 200 of you, so come up to the table, just say your name so that I don't have to ask.
Life a lot easier. So you'll see Aaron and Jodi at the table. You are going to check in. You're going to get your agenda. You're going to get your lanyard, which is your ticket to get into the retreat room. So if you don't have your lanyard, we're going to question you. We probably will know you at that point. But the reason that we do that is because at any retreat you go to, unfortunately, there are always people who will try to sneak into a retreat and try to get in without having paid their registration fee, and we just don't want that to happen. So keep your lanyard is going to be your ticket into the stitching room, so keep it on you all weekend long. It also helps for people to meet you and know who you are and recognize you by name, so it's a great way for people to meet one another and also for us to ensure that you are actually supposed to be there. So like, why are you here? So you'll see Aaron and Jodi at the table. You're going to get your lanyard. You're going to get your bag full of goodies, which we're not going to tell you what's in it yet. But part of that will be your finishing supplies. So if you plan on finishing your cross stitch project, the frosted pumpkin retreat piece, then we will be able to
Good
oh,
call, Sarah.
card in your lanyard as well, so that you don't have to worry about losing your key.
Speaking of putting stuff in your lanyard, if you ordered apparel, it's going to be a little bit different than last year. Your apparel will not be in your bag because that was a giant pain in the ass. If you ordered apparel, you will have an apparel tag in your lanyard. So you will take that tag and it has everything you ordered on it, and you're going to take it to the apparel table, which will be before you walk into the stitching room. So Kristen will be there running a tight ship. We will have lots of people standing at the apparel table to help you. Go up there, hand them your card, which will be tucked in your lanyard. Hand them your card, and then they will get you your apparel.
Yes. So
So
Sally, you're absolutely right. So last year we assembled the bags prior to, and then we ended up having to haul 150 bags pre-assembled to the retreat. That is stupid. We said we're not doing that again. So this way, all the bags will be interchangeable, and then you can get your clothing, at the next table. So that's how it'll work. We promise it'll be a quick process. If you
we don't promise it'll be a quick process. We're gonna do our best.
it was very quick last year. We got people registered and in the so
We did.
what we'll
We made it work.
come in, get registered at 8 o'clock, and then you can go to breakfast. If you're staying at the hotel, breakfast is provided, so you can get your breakfast. But you can come and get all of your stuff, get registered, get your clothes, put your stuff in the room, and then you can go and have breakfast and do whatever you need to do. So you'll get an agenda Friday. We'll wait until registration is pretty much caught up, probably about like 9:30 or so. We'll do like a little welcome to the retreat type of thing. We'll introduce Janine. She'll be able to get started pretty much like first thing on Friday morning, but we'll kind of hold off on open about like 10, not no bum rush as soon as everybody's in the room. And then yeah, you'll get an agenda. You'll know exactly when we're doing raffles. You'll know when we're doing finishing, when Aaron's going to be at the finishing table to assist you with finishing. So it'll be very smooth. You don't have to worry about trying to, remember all of those times so that you can go to lunch and dinner and do whatever you need to do. Um,
There will be a shuttle, so if you don't want to stay close by for dinner or lunch, the shuttle will take you within 5 miles of the hotel, and there are lots of restaurants within 5 miles.
mhm.
We did ask them to try to keep things as organized as possible. They are going to go either to one side 5 miles, in the afternoon, and the other side in the evening, so that they're not doing multiple runs to different sides of town, because that'll just make the wait for the shuttle to come back double the time. So they're
Oh no, Jody, hold on. I can't hear you.
did I am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, I got a call coming in. Um, so the shuttle will go to plenty of restaurants. You can hop on, hop off. And speaking of the shuttle, if you are flying in, the shuttle will come and pick you up. So you'll just need to call the hotel when you get to the airport, let them know where you are and what time you'll be ready with your bags, and the shuttle will come and pick you up from the airport for free. So that's awesome. Um,
Yeah, and
so
that way too, even if you want to arrange that with the hotel, I'm sure you can arrange it just to give them an idea of when you're landing so that they know kind of like when people's flights are going to be coming in. Um, there's also always the option to, Uber. It would be a very inexpensive trip, to get the few miles, or take a taxi from the airport. So there's
right.
options. And then if those of you are kind of all flying in and you can plan it so that you all get there at the same time, you can also orchestrate, riding together. So
Yeah, I've seen a couple people mention it on the Facebook group about what time they're
yeah,
landing and whatnot. Also, if you are going to leave for dinner or lunch, make sure that you check the agenda that you're going to get, because you aren't going to want to miss things like the raffle, or when the finishing tables open or things like that. So just make sure that you're checking that agenda throughout the day if you are going to be leaving.
yeah. And Nancy, she had asked, is it right off the turnpike? It is not off the 76 turnpike. It is off 376. So if you are coming in on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, you would need to get off on 79 and take that, um, down towards Robinson. So your GPS will it's like 20 minutes maybe from I-76, but it's actually off of I-376. That's the main highway that you would be on to get off for the hotel.
Sally said last year her Lyft driver offered her to go to the reptile exhibition.
I
Sally, I don't think that the reptiles are here that weekend. I have actually been to that reptile expo.
yeah. So I
um, I don't have a bearded dragon, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they'll be in town that weekend.
and that's another thing too. The yes. So again,
Yes.
hotel will offer a shuttle to and from the airport, and then like Jody said, also into Robinson within a 5 mile radius to take folks to dinner and shopping and whatever else you guys decide to do. So um, yeah, there's tons of chain restaurants in the Robinson area. There's a Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts that are fairly close. I either within walking distance of the hotel, but they are relatively close. If you're into that for like the afternoons and stuff. So lots of options. There's also, Robinson's great because Home Goods and At Home and Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby and literally all of the craft stores if anyone's interested in doing some shopping while you're in town. And then for those of you that come in on Thursday, taking a trip into the city is also a really fun idea. So there's plenty to do in the area. Hanging out at the bar, at the restaurant, in the hotel is also really fun. So
That's where you'll find us, clearly.
might be a late night on Thursday, but yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. So like Jody said, we'll have the agenda so you'll know exactly what those times are. We have a lot of raffles this year, which is exciting. We have how many? 46?
43
40.
prizes, prize opportunities.
And once again, just like last year, you don't have to bring money for the raffles. Everybody gets tickets included in their bag um, to make it fair. And then everybody, we provide those tickets to
Okay, the question was, can you bring a table lamp? Will there be extension cords? There will be power to each table. Extension cords will not be provided, but the power will either be right on top of the table or right underneath your table. Every single table in the room will have a power strip. So if you've got a cord that's regular size cord, it should fit without needing an extension.
Delilah, that's completely up to you. If you typically put interfacing on your small, because you like that extra, that's completely up to you. I would recommend maybe doing that before you get there, but we'll have irons available. So if you want to iron a piece of interfacing onto the back while you're there, that's completely fine. That's completely up to you. Um, I don't think, and I don't know if Erin's on or not. I don't think that she provided batting for it for the finished piece. Something that we didn't do last year either. So if you feel more comfortable with putting interface on there, by all
Have
means.
at it.
The hotel rooms, yeah, definitely have
Yeah.
break those down to the finishing table.
We will have irons at the
So
table,
we'll
yeah.
have irons and scissors, glue guns, and all of the finishing supplies that you need to FFO your will be in your bag. Oh, there will be back, Erin. Thank you. Um, so yes, you don't have to worry about interfacing. We'll have a little bit of meat behind your piece with that batting. No, I think you spelled that right. I
I mean, how else would you spell it?
You're so funny, Erin. Sally confirmed. Okay, if Sally knows how to spell batting, we're good. So she would know. Um, so yeah, so that's going to be. Erin will be doing. I want to say 2 sessions. Lisa, yeah, we have a waiting list at this point. Though we are completely filled with seats. So at this point, we would not be filling any seats if people were to cancel. Um, we have enough attendees, paid attendees, so that we would not be filling those seats at this point. Once it gets so close to the retreat, there's a lot of other things that have to happen, like printing the lanyards and the name tag and, um, giving those final numbers to the hotel. So at this point, the wait list is still open to put your name on it, but it's kind of not, it's pretty pointless at this point in the game. Um,
So Angie said she has a raffle basket to bring. So
yeah, Angie, can you just email us? Can
yes.
City Stitchers, and we will get the details from you so that we make sure that we have a prize box for the tickets to go in, and that we put everybody who contributed to that basket appropriately on that, so that we have all the details of it. So perfect.
No smalls exchange. Someone asked if there's going to be a smalls exchange. The answer is no. The only small we're doing is the frosted pumpkin retreat piece that you guys were sent to bring to FFO with us.
Yes. And if you, if you're coming to the retreat and you have no clue what we're talking about in terms of what that piece is, please email us at the steelcitystitchers@gmail.com and we will get that pattern over to you. I know that Erica had sent out, and she was doing her best to send it out to those that we were adding kind of after that initial email went out with the pattern on it. So just reach out to us and we'll make sure that you get a copy of that. You are more than welcome to bring things for your table mates. You are welcome to bring things for the whole group. It's not something that we're, asking people to do. If you feel like you just want to do that, I mean, that's great. You can do whatever you want. Um,
All right, Erin's answering the question about margins on your finished piece. So she said you can be pretty tight. Erin, the comment went away. What did she say? Like an inch on each side?
she said, how close should the margins be on the small? And Aaron said it can be pretty tight. So it'll be doable no matter what. Just try to leave at least like a half an inch around that border on your piece so that we have enough to wrap, and then you'll have the batting as well. So that kind of requires a little bit more room. Yeah. But yeah, we're not, obviously some people bring things because they just want to share it with people who are there, or there'll be 8 seats per table. So even if you're the type of person you just want to bring something to share with your table mates, people do that. Thornhill Road. Yes. Yes. Yep. It's the Sheraton. It's called the Sheraton Airport Hotel, I guess, but
I think Sheraton Pittsburgh Airport Hotel, something like that. Yeah.
it's the only Sheraton in that area. But if you take Sheraton Airport, which I didn't know that it was a part of Marriott. So if you do like Marriott, like owns Sheraton now, I guess, or has for a while. I don't know. I just knew that from booking my room and getting my points because I have Marriott points.
Should we talk pre-orders?
Yeah, so let's get into that since we've kind of slowed down a little bit with questions, but keep the questions coming because I really
I'll check them.
and Jodi can check on those. So we want to talk a little bit about the Crafty You and kind of how this is all going to work with Janine. So she had posted in our Facebook group. So if you're not in the SDS Retreat 2023 Facebook group, go join it and
Get
we'll
in there.
because we have a lot of, there's a lot of good conversation going on in that group. But here's how it's going to work with Janine from the Crafty You if you are interested in doing market pre-orders. Market is obviously at the beginning of March. So the bulk of what Janine will be bringing to the retreat to sell at her mobile cross stitch shop will be retreat pieces. But if you are one of those people who kind of worry about like really popular patterns selling out and you want to pre-order, Janine is offering to do the pre-order and bring it to you to the retreat so that you don't have to pay for shipping, which is awesome.
She will literally have everything bagged up in a little baggie. You walk up to the table and you just pick up your order. It's amazing.
You will pre-order, pay for it online. And then there's going to be an area when in your shopping cart, there's going to be a note section. You just have to say that you're going to Steel City Stitchers retreat so she knows to bring that with her.
And not charge you for shipping.
Yes, that's the big one. Her website, I just looked at it, which is Crafty U. So it's the Crafty U, EWE.net. She has a tab for the Nashville market. You can look at, there's on pages of market releases. You can pre-order, look at them, whatever you want to do. She has like a ton of them out there right now. I mean, she's pretty much caught up with everybody that's posted what their market releases are going to be. Um, Small bag. Your bag will be overflowing. Yeah. I think I had multiple bags last year, honestly, from Janine, because I bought like 4 different times. So here's the dates that we need to be aware of for the pre-order. So pre-order opened on February 12th, which was last week, Sunday. um, and online ordering will be suspended as of February 20th. So February 28th is uh my calendar. Hold on a second. It's the
Did
20.
you say it's being suspended on that day?
Yeah, so Tuesday
Okay.
8th is the last day to put in a pre-order for the market releases. She will then send out all the invoices. Um, Invoices for email and phone pre-orders will be sent, but if you order online, you just do everything online. And then she will resume online ordering on March 6th, which is after the market. And then she will take pre-orders until March 18th. So if you don't get in before the 28th, you can always order between the March 6th and March 18th.
Just be aware that if you are ordering something that is popular, better to order it before she takes herself to market, because if you pre-order it, you will be guaranteed a copy of it. If you wait for that suspended time, there's a chance that there'll be the chart that you want or the item that you want when she gets back, but she may not have one for you if she's doing pre-orders before she goes. So if you pick it out and pay for it before she goes, it's guaranteed that you will have what you've ordered.
And she said too that this also applies to any fibers and fabric as well. So if you want to pre-order, anything that's in her shop and you want her to bring it to you, will do so, which is awesome.
And Jennifer, yes, I will be selling fabric. I actually just hung it all up. It's a beautiful site. Fabric is going to be a little bit different this year. She's not, I think she will have some full yards and then they're going to be cutting it. I'm going to be bringing smaller pieces so that they are easier to kind of peruse through, easier to buy, less wait time with cutting. Very rare that someone buys a full yard. But she will have some full yards from other dyers as well,
Yeah.
um,
We just
while
really,
we are there.
most people don't purchase a full yard of fabric at a retreat. So she will have like halves and quarters and eighths. And then she's also doing, because we asked her to, and she was so gracious to do it, but she will be selling remnant pieces of fabric, which is something that she always did in her shop, which we always loved going there and shopping when she had her little remnant bags hanging up that you could just buy a piece. And it had the price, it had the size,
Size.
and you could just see it all. And we were like, can you do that? So she has agreed to do that, which is awesome because you can get a lot more fabric for a cheaper price. And, not everybody needs a half a yard of like purple fabric, right?
Right.
So,
Sally, I don't know if there will be mushroom Lugana. She'd have to probably order that. So if you want her to have that, um, I would just send her an email and ask her to bring that, because she has access to it. So I would just ask her. Someone asked if Erica's selling bags. I think Erica's undecided at this point. I think it depends on if she has time to sew them and get them ready in the next 6-ish weeks.
yes.
So we will leave that as a big question mark. It'll be up to Erica. Although at the retreat last year, she went home after the first day and sewed like a whole bin full of bags like overnight. So we know she can do it. But we will have several amazing makers that are selling with Janine. So you'll be able to find everything that you'll need. While you're there, she's gonna bring quite the setup. It's she closes her shop, right, Chris? Like she closes for the weekend, yeah. So she's bringing everything. So be ready to shop.
She's bringing a lot of helpers, so it will be, last year we thought like, wow, this is really big. And, she brought a lot of stuff. And I know that she's prepping to do more so this year. So and the fact that it's right at the market, those patterns, those pre orders are not available to the general public to just purchasing. So unless pre ordered through a shop, those patterns have not been released to like um, the bigger suppliers.
And then the other thing too is a lot of times when the shops come back from market, if you've pre-ordered, it takes them so long to get caught up with all of the pre-orders and then mailing everything out. So the chances of you getting a market item this soon after market is like slim to none. So being able to pre-order it and then pick it up, 2 weeks later, um, is pretty cool.
Yeah, Lonnie, we love remnants too. It was just always so fun to just go and like pick a bunch of different little bags and just you knew what the price size was and you're like, you know what? I don't even have a pattern for this, but it's a small piece of fabric. I'll put something on it. So it just makes it really fun. And I feel like I always bought more than if I were to purchase like one big piece.
Well, the other thing that's nice about it too is that, a lot of times if you find a fabric that you love and you buy a giant piece of it, you now have a giant piece of beautiful fabric, but it's one color. Whereas if you're buying smaller pieces or remnants, you can buy, you can spend just as much, you can spend the same amount of money, but you could have, four different colors of fabric. So
So we definitely told her that that was something that, I think a lot of people will be interested in. And, she was willing to do that. Yeah, Sally, we definitely cleaned out last year. There was barely any fabric left. I mean, she blew patterns. I mean, she blew through all of that
and
stuff.
last year it was before market. So
Yeah. And she's also going to be doing pre-orders for Lowry stands. So if you have been wanting a Lowry stand and because you can definitely disassemble it and take it with you in a suitcase. I mean, you could probably fit it disassembled in a suitcase. But a Lowry stand, if you don't have one, if you've never worked with one, if you like snaps and you don't want to hold it anymore, there's nothing better than a Lowry stand. They really are the best. So she'll be doing pre-orders for those as well. And then I know that will be okay. I'll just tell you, who cares? It's one of the raffle prizes. You could win a Lowry stand. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give any more away about the giveaways, but there will be a giveaway for both.
they're all good. Every single one
They're
of
all,
them is so good.
yeah, yeah, they're all very, very good. So we're very, very thankful for everybody who contributed raffles this year. A lot of designers that contributed and makers, and it's just going to be amazing. Yeah, Lonnie, right? Yeah, girl. A Lowry stand. So anyway,
I
if
mean, all of the brand, like every single one is so good. Like I'd be so pumped to win any of them.
right. So yeah, we're very, very excited. Like I said, we have a lot of raffles this year, which is amazing. It's amazing. Um, yeah. So basically, first retreat. Yeah, first retreat ever, Christy. I'm curious. That's another thing. We wanted to kind of, for those who have never been to our retreat before or to any retreat, your first retreat, really just putting you at ease that this is going to be an amazing, amazing weekend, going to make lifelong friends. I'm not being facetious about that. It's going to be an amazing experience. You're going to meet the most amazing people on the planet. You're going to have the best time. Um, you know, we it is it's great not because it's ours, but we really wanted to create this retreat to be a retreat that we would want to attend, and we've been to so, um, that's what we wanted to do, and we really are proud of what we've put together, and we know that everybody's going to have a really great time. Oh, thanks, thanks, Sarah. So we're very proud of it. We're very very thankful that all of you have decided to spend your money and spend your time and travel to, even if you're traveling from the east side of Pittsburgh, to come and hang out with us for the weekend. It means a lot to us. Oh, thanks, Trina. Yeah. So,
It's getting close. I'm so excited.
yeah. So, I mean, we really wanted to talk about the pre-order stuff tonight. Just answer any questions. Um, that's definitely something that we've thought about with opening up, apparel orders in the future. Just through our channel. We don't logistically know how we would do that.
Yes, Bobby.
A lot of drinking, Bobby. We don't know how we would do that logistically. The reason I say that is because the company that we work with for the apparel is a local Pittsburgh company, that we order from, and then we pick up the shirts and we organize the shirts, and then we don't charge you for shipping because you pick them up at the retreat. I feel like we get a better quality product and we can sell it cheaper, um, by doing it this way versus going through a company that just ships to you automatically. Plus, I always worry, and I only say this because I personally had a shitty experience with ordering shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get my clothes, and then they sent me somebody else's order, and then it turned out that that's not even what she ordered either. So I hauled these shirts to the retreat and gave them to her, and she's like, "I didn't order these either," and I'm like, "Well, who the hell shirts are these?" Like, we had no clue who these were actually supposed to go to. So it was, I mean, they made it right. They ended up getting me the clothes, but it was like down to the wire. It was like a couple days before I left to go to this retreat, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have my clothes.
This just gives us a little bit more control. But again, like Kristen said, it's nice because you don't have to pay for shipping and we get it in a certain time frame and then it's like specifically for the retreat. That being said, though, um, if we have any leftovers, we have talked about possibly just throwing them on Instagram, first come, first serve. If you want them, you can buy them. So, after the retreat's done and over, and we're all settled back down, and we've slept for 7 to 10 days, look out for a post. If we have anything left, we might throw them up there to get them sold. Obviously, you'd have to pay for the shipping on it, but right now that would probably be the best and only way for us to kind of get them out.
Yeah, and we will have extra apparel at the retreat for sale. So we ordered extra things to sell that weekend. So
Because I promise you, the minute you put that damn hoodie on, you're gonna be like, "Shit, I wish I got another one of these." And we got you covered.
yeah, so yeah. So we'll
Sally asked a couple times. Sally, I'm not ignoring you. I did forget the first time because I didn't write it down with my invisible pencil here. March Madness. It just goes away.
definitely writing it. It just disappeared.
It's gone. March Madness. We don't have anything slotted as far as the agenda goes to do March Madness, like, as part of the retreat. Um, we are happy to bring our brackets because at that point we're kind of at the end of it, right? So like we'd probably be working on, if not our final FFO piece, or close to.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe we talk about it and we save like a final vote for the room for all of us. I don't know how we could incorporate it, but we'll be like in the at the very end of it.
I mean, if you're asking just in general, are we doing SCS March Madness this year? The answer is yes.
Yes,
Our plan is to have a filming next Tuesday. Tuesday, I think Tuesday.
I
Tuesday.
think so.
Doesn't matter. You guys will see it on Thursday, the 23rd. So we will be.
Yes, Sally, we are. Sorry, that was a really long answer. Just to say,
I
yes, we are.
knew she wasn't asking about it at the retreat, but anyways, yes, we will be. We will have the bracket and everything ready to go, linked in the description box for next Thursday's video. We will talk about kind of what our plan is for March Madness, and then get kind of everybody geared and ready to go, because we won't be doing a video before the first of the month, so this will be like our March Madness video. I did something on my stories on Instagram just to secure that hashtag. Not that anyone else is going to use the SCS March Madness 2023 hashtag. And but
A lot of madness.
you can start posting it. As soon as you get your bracket done, start using that hashtag and getting your stuff out there and getting geared up and ready to go, and start thinking about what projects you want to work on, because that's one thing that I've been working.
That's kind of the most time consuming thing, is trying to figure out how you want to do it and what you want to work on. Someone said, well, they have soluble canvas. I doubt it. I don't think Janine's going to bring any of that stuff. So it's probably a no.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think she would do that. Again, we can throw it out there to her, if she wants to have a small amount of that available. And we can talk about the mushroom lugana as well. Um, just because I know that's a favorite fabric of the steel stitchers, and a lot of people have, wanted to use it and get their hands on it. So if that's something that she can do, we can just throw that out there and ask her.
I'm going to make a note to ask her if she can
Yeah.
add that stuff.
March Madness is a lot of fun. It's meant, but in a good way. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And it's, if you have no clue what we're talking about, we're doing the bracket again this year, similar to basketball's March Madness. We do have a video on our channel that you can go back and watch from last year, where we kind of did like a view of what March Madness is and how do you build your bracket. But we'll talk about it next Thursday. It gives you plenty of time to pick your projects and build your bracket and get ready to go. The fun part of March Madness is not just, creating the bracket, working on projects. It's also posting it on social media and getting people to be involved in the voting to see who wins that round, moves on to the next set. So you get to your ultimate winner. She will have Ada and linen fabric. That was a question we just had.
Lots of it.
She'll have she'll have a ton of both. So she'll have even weave, linen, Ada, all different counts, all different colors, all different designers. Jodi's fabric is one of the prominent ones that will be featured, and then of course, whoever Janine, you know, Fox and Rabbits one she gets a lot, which I think is an Australian based fabric designer. I know she uses them a lot. And
Primitive Hair also, I think she has printed fabric from them
yeah,
that she usually brings. Sometimes they'll release, and I don't know what they're doing for market. I haven't seen their pre-releases, but typically they have like a calendar or a book or something, and then some type of fabric to go along with it. So
yeah, Allie, we will ask her about the cottage garden thread collection, because she brought it to the Stitch Day in Upper St. Not Upper St. Stitch Day in Green Tree back in November, because I actually purchased some of it to start on projects.
is
So
that the same floss that Colleen sells?
yeah,
Then she'll probably have it. I'll put it on here to ask her.
yeah. Convenience store nearby. There is one close, Lynn. I don't think it's not within walking distance.
The
But
shuttle will be able to take you to it for sure.
yeah, yeah. There's like I know that there's like there's a sheep in Moon. Aaron, you might know me. There's a convenience store, like if you go down towards like Starbucks and stuff, I believe. Um, so yeah, there'll be places, uh, and I'm sure the hotel will have some stuff to purchase as well. And again, just to reiterate, we're the hotel. If you're staying at the hotel, you do get breakfast included with your room, for up to 2 guests that are staying in your room. lunch, dinner, own. We will be doing a coffee and tea service in the afternoon on Friday and Saturday. It's not going to be like a day like it was last year. We're just going to do it as like an afternoon tea.
Pick me up.
Starbucks is not in Washington, Sarah, but like we'll get you some Starbucks. Don't worry. It's close. It's close.
Kristen and I will be making runs a couple times a day.
And we can also DoorDash too. I'm sure we can just have them bring it to us. We can DoorDash some Starbucks to the.
The hotel also, they will be open. I believe the restaurant's open for lunch, definitely for dinner, but I believe for lunch as well. So, we can always ask them to put a carafe of coffee out, as part of like the restaurant. Um, some people drink coffee as their beverage.
I mean, if you were at the retreat last year, you know that the Marriott was not. They were not ready for us at that restaurant, at that bar. I mean, they did it. I don't know how. And then they ended up having to bring in reinforcements for Saturday because we we scared them a little bit. Uh, but yeah, yeah, my mom is coming again. She is currently in Hilton Head on a trip with her sisters, and she said, "I have to be back in time for the retreat." So she will be there. We will be putting her to work. She'll be the one. She'll be the very short woman who looks very much like me sitting at a table, probably reading a book because she doesn't cross stitch. Um,
Good night.
yeah,
Aw.
we wish you could come the whole way from England, but yeah, we're glad you tuned in. So anyway, that's pretty much all we wanted to cover tonight. If anybody has last questions, we'll hang on here for about 10 more minutes or so.
Send us an email if you guys think of something later. You can always email us, send us a message on Instagram. Um, we're very close, so I'm getting excited.
Yes. We are getting very, very excited.
I feel like also this time last year, like when we were 6 weeks out last year, I feel like we were in panic mode a little bit. And this year, I feel very calm, like we have everything under control. So,
We know what we're doing this year. Am I
yes.
listen, I need Trina, I haven't done anything. You gotta help me. What do I need to kit up? What are we
Is there a
policy for
policy for snow?
we do not. So um
Last year,
it by March 24th we should be safe.
yeah, last year we had a blizzard.
Yeah.
There's just nothing we can do. The problem with cancellation policies and things like that, we have certain dates on those things because unfortunately the hotel is not very forgiving when it comes to weather and things like that. So everything's already kind of paid for as far as, if you say you're coming, we have to account for you. So unfortunately, but like Kristen said, I think by the end of March, we shouldn't have snow that it's so terrible that you can't make it. Trina made it last year in the blizzard from Canada. So.
Her sweet husband just like drove around Pittsburgh. He was like the only person down in the Strip District that weekend, just walking around.
Karen, do you recommend smaller, easier projects? I will say this, and I think that everyone else can attest. You are going to stitch far less than you think you are. So don't bring anything giant. Don't expect to put hours and hours and hours and hours into a project. Um, you're
Yeah,
not going to stitch as much as you think. So
definitely bring a piece to start because that's designated like I'm going to start a retreat piece that you always remember as, oh hey, I started this piece at the that I attended. A lot of people are planning on starting projects together at the retreat, which is also really fun. So that might be something to throw out there on Facebook. Like if you have a pattern in mind that you'd like to start, just ask me if anybody would like to start it with you and kit it up bring it with them to the retreat, and then you can work on it together. But yeah, Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, Trina worked on that last year. Um, Her and I started the butterfly cloche because I purchased that one at the retreat, and she finished hers, and I did not. Um,
There, we have not had any issues with the train derail. As far we're far enough out that I don't watch the news, but I don't even think it's kind of a non issue here.
yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely affecting Ohio more. I think the West has really moved a lot of that stuff closer to Cleveland. East Palestine is not far from Pittsburgh, but um, I think we are fine here. We will be fine here. Um, we really can't say too much. We just don't know. We just don't know. But keep those people in your thoughts and prayers because they're going through some shit right now. Um, Oh yeah, perforated paper projects. That's a great to work on. That's a great type of project to work on at a retreat because you don't have to have like a magnifying glass or really good lighting to be able to see your holes. So that's another thing too. Like maybe don't start your 50 count unless you're Ymir and you do that way. But you know, bring something that's going to be easy for you to not have to have like a lot of stuff. It's good to know that that's not an issue in Cleveland either. I was just in Cleveland on Tuesday and driving even today, we really didn't run into anything. I didn't see anything happening on that side, but I have a friend that actually I have a hospital with that she lives out um, in that direction of where the derailment happened. So she said it's not there, but um, autumn cloche butterfly pattern. I know we talked about this, Trina. I don't remember what it looked like, so I gotta get order. I don't know what. She probably will have a
A
few.
small, yeah, Christy, I'll put that on the note as well to ask her. Um, that's something that I know she carries in her store, but it's not like a real big ticket item.
Mhm.
So I'll ask her if she's gonna bring them. I can ask her to bring some. Maybe if that's helpful, she can bring a few. But yeah, I will put that on the list to ask her.
She really does try to bring a good sampling
Yeah.
thing that she has. I was just at her shop on Tuesday. I was getting something framed, and I took it to her so that she could have it framed and bring it to me at the retreat. So I'm really, really excited to show everybody that at the retreat. It's my dog's declaration piece that I've been working on for years. And when I was in the shop, it was like she had so much stuff.
One thing I wanted to mention, we will not have a freebie table. So please, please, please leave your freebies at home. We love you. We don't want your shit. And we don't want to deal with it after the retreat when nobody takes it. So we will not be having a freebie table. I know that's a very common thing at retreats. People bring old magazines and old patterns and things like that. So
We don't have room for it, to be
we
honest.
don't have room and we don't want, uh, you know, people crowding an area and shuffling through stuff. The table always ends up a mess. My anxiety can't handle the um, array of just craziness on a table. So please don't bring your stuff. Straightening it. Me and my dad. We just be straightening.
Because I saw a lot of them while I was there. Um, yeah, the freebie table
That's a no for me. I
it's fun,
can't.
but we just don't. You know what? I have so much stuff sitting upstairs in my attic from things that we've accumulated of like freebie stuff that like I need to take it to Goodwill.
Take it. I was just gonna say, take it to Goodwill. They will they will be able to make money off of it. They will do very nice things with it. That not it's not our journey.
Smaller, like your smaller local retreats and stuff like that, may do something like that. Yeah, Crafty You definitely would have some Satsuma kits on their website that you could definitely pre-order. Great point. Um, so you can check those out. You pre-order them if that's something that you're interested in. Yeah.
Everyone's going to bed. All right. I think that if you guys have any other questions, comments, anything retreat related, anything not retreat related, feel free to email us, reach out to us on Instagram, and we will see you guys in a like short 6 weeks. Is it 6? I think it's 6.
I don't know. Sarah said 34 days.
34 days.
34
So,
days. And then
yep.
don't tune in next Thursday for our regular
Not regularly scheduled, just a regular video.
we we have no schedule. We're very regular about not having a schedule. So definitely tune in Thursday for the March Madness.
And you know what? When we film on Thursday, I'll have an update about all of these questions that we took. So we'll do like a little retreat update at the end of the video for you guys. And I'll have some answers for you. So there we go.
Love
all right.
See you all soon. Good night.
Bye. Chris, I'll text you later.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.